How are you all? Just want to have a little bit of an opinion and a say on. I think this has been going around for a while about depopulating the world. Certain things that are happening, certain high-profile people that are very rich, that have a lot of money, that are trying to do this. When you think about it, what's going on in the world today, the war in Gaza, the war with Ukraine and Russia, you look at the drug crisis in America, especially in Philadelphia, Kensington. You look at what that drug's doing, okay? That it's a very, very bad drug. And the police are letting people shoot up on the street. They're not arresting dealers. This is another thing. There's more than enough money in this world. More than enough money to cure people from starving and homelessness, but not everybody. There's some people that like to be homeless. They enjoy it. They do. They just feel free to be homeless. Maybe they don't want to live in a house. But all I'm saying is this depopulating the world. What's the war in Gaza really about? What's the war in Ukraine and Russia really about? What is it really about? None of us probably have a clue. We probably will never find out the truth. We won't. But I was saying, when I talk about depopulating the world, you look at what's happening in the world, and there's people dying every day from war. There's people dying from drug overdoses. You think the government cares? The government and the media don't care. The government doesn't care about us. There might be some good politicians in there that care. There might be some good people in the media that care. But a majority of them don't give a fuck. They just want to get the story. They just want to get the story out there and get their story out there and get their story told. So, that's what I'm talking about with the depopulating the world. And how many people got wiped out during COVID? When's the next one? When's the next pandemic? You think that's the only one? You think there's not more coming? You think there's not another one coming? You think they're not going to do it again, lock us up again? I haven't been the same person since COVID. I have not felt the same. And it's not the jab. It's not. It's a fact. I was locked in my house. I was locked up. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't talk to anyone. The jab didn't affect me. The jab did not change me at all. I got vaxxed. I had 2 needles. And it did not affect me at all. What affected me was the fact of being locked up and not being able to talk to people. And then what's that cause? Mental illness, anxiety, depression, panic attacks, humans interacting with other humans. Just got to think outside the box of what is really going on with the bigger picture. We're being fooled, man. Like, look at Sydney. Look what's happening. We come out of this pandemic. And COVID's over, but it's not over. Financially, it's not over. Mentally, for people, it's not over. Physically, for people, it's not over. It's far from over. Probably will never be over for some people. People think, oh yeah, but COVID didn't end. Okay, it ended, but look at what the banks are doing. Putting the rates up. They put the food up. They put the petrol up. I mean, can people see what's happening? Can you see what's going on? Like people are worried about what's happening, okay, in Ukraine and with Russia and what's happening in Gaza, which is all bad. It's bad. Other shit that's happening all across the world. But what about us? What about here? What about Australia? What about Sydney? What about where we live? What about our country? What about our people? What about Australia? What about us? What about this detention centre thing, okay? They let these people out. Why would you let people out that are fiddled with kids? Why? Why? Tell me why. They had their chance to get their visas. You fucked it. You fucked your chance. You fuck it, you get deported. You go back home. That's it. Simple. Deport them all. Get rid of them. We don't need them. And now the government's just signed off on apparently 150,000 people from Gaza that are going to come to our country. And to fucking help us. Help our country. Help our people. Help here. Help here. Help Australia. Help Sydney first. Help us. You know, what do we have to save the whole world? Why does Australia have to save the whole world and go and save everybody? Why? Why? That's not our war. They're not our wars. It's got nothing to do with us. It's not our fight. That's not my fight. The war in Gaza is not my fight. The war in Russia, it's not my fight. It's got nothing to do with me or my family. It's got nothing to do with Australia. And we let those people come here and they fuck up on their visas and then they let them out. Look, can people see what's going on? Can you see what's happening? Like, open your eyes. What if they keep letting these criminals out and they touch your kid? What if they touch your daughter? What's going on? What has happened to the world? What's happened to Australia? What's happened to Sydney? And trust me, I feel for the people in the Ukraine and Russia, and I feel for the people in Gaza. I do. And we have to send them aid. I know we have to send them. But we've got to look after us. We've got to look after this country, Australia. We've got to look after here. Here. Us. We come first. I don't give a fuck what nationality you are, what fucking God you believe in. If you're born here, you're a fucking true Aussie. You come over here and get a visa, you're somewhat Australian. By a piece of paper, you're Australian. But really, you're not Australian. At the end of the day, deep down, you're not. That's the truth. It's just my opinion.